want to start off by saying that buying a rock, sadly, is not going to change anything per se in your life. It's not going to earn you more money. It's not going to make you lose friends. It's not actually going to do any change. But what I will say is that I personally believe that crystals are great support for healing and like your journey. And I am a firm believer that they do help me, but that's just my opinion. Sadly, it's not a fact. If you do have a real medical condition, like please see a doctor. Stones can help you to relax and meditate and heal yourself, but it's not gonna help you with more serious injuries or anything like that. So please take care of yourself, because although crystals are pretty and fun, sadly they can't fix everything. So just keep that in mind.
I thought it was important to put an emphasis on the fact that even though I do believe stones can heal you, they should never be used as like your only remedy. It should always be a balance. Like you should see a doctor while you can experiment with like stones and crystals and whatever. So that's what I meant. It wasn't clear at all.
If you've never bought any crystals by yourself, it's really not that hard. You just have to be careful. You have to make sure your crystals are ethically sourced. Usually, just know that a lot of crystals aren't supposed to be cheap. They're not supposed to be like super expensive, like house money expensive. There's a lot of stones that you can get like, ooh, 5 for $2, and it's like, be a little red, an alarm. You know, that should sound the alarm off in your head. That's like, maybe I need to ask questions about where this is sourced or how it is sourced. No matter the crystal you get or crystals you get, you have to do 2 steps before being able to using them for your like intentions or whatever you want to use them for. First off, you have to cleanse them. So there are many ways to cleanse your crystals. What I personally like to do and tell my friends to do is to put a big bowl of water by your window or anywhere that gets like the moonlight. Fill it with water. It can just be like tap water. You put your crystals into it, and then you wait for like a new moon or a full moon to energize those crystals. The water is going to cleanse it. The new moon or full moon is going to give them the energy they need to help you. That's what I would recommend. But the issue with that is that some crystals do not really tolerate the water best. Like they're not going to break or anything like that. It's just not best for them. So if you want to double check with like a little Google search, can my crystal go in the water? Can my crystal be cleansed with water? Super easy. But another option that I also really like is to burn incense. You burn incense and you just say little words. The thing with like crystals and stuff is that there's not really a lot of guidelines per se. You still have to be protected. You have to be respectful. And then if you do those, then like you're good to go. So if I'm really lazy to put everything in like a bowl of water, which I am most of the time, I'm just gonna burn some incense and just say a few words like, I cleanse you, like I'm getting rid of any negative energy, any energy block, or just things. You're gonna feel it. And then you have to activate your crystal. So here is a little formula that I like to use personally, because I really suck at inventing mantras or remembering like formulas or like little spells, stuff like that. I'm the worst at it. As long as you hold the crystal and you set your intention, there's no reason it shouldn't work. Just keep in mind, activating your crystals takes a lot of energy. Not in a bad or good way. It's just like it can get pretty tiring if you do a lot of them in a row, especially if you're not used to it or if you're a bit new. Take your time, have fun, but be careful with yourself. You only have one body. Take care of it. Did you drink water today? I'm gonna start with the very most basic that I think everyone should have in their collections, and that is the clear quartz. So the clear quartz basically can be programmed for anything. It acts as like an amplifier. So if you have like a stone that's set for money and prosperity, and if you put that clear quartz next to it or around it, that one is going to be used as like amplifier. So easy, very common, pretty cheap, except if they're like shaped. You know, this one is like a little, not a pyramid, but it's used so that it can be directed into certain instances or like pinpoint. It's up to you. Like I said, you can amplify other crystals and like their intentions that you have set on them. You have to set an intention on the crystal, otherwise it's not going to be activated. It's not that it's not going to work, but you want to make sure you're doing the work and you're not just buying a crystal for money and like hoping to get dollars in your pockets, because that's not how it works. Sadly, to God, life would be so easy. Also said to help you transition from one major phase in your life to another. So it's a stone that is going to be super supportive when you're going through something. If you ever feel like clear quartz is calling you, that might be like a life transition moment. Another really super basic necessary crystal is selenite. Ooh, she's beautiful. Is self-cleaning and cleanses other stones. So it's not really an amplifier per se compared to like the clear quartz. I just like to have this one with my, like in my box of crystals so that I can make sure they're always cleansed. And I'm ashamed, but I don't always cleanse my crystals like regularly. I know. And then I wonder why I'm so sad and irritable. What I like about selenite is that it is said to help unblock those like energy blocks that you may have in your body. Selenite is really good at locating those blocks and being able to get rid of them. I know a lot of people use them for meditation. I'm not there yet. I can't meditate with a stone. I wish a real flex, but no. So selenite is also said to clear confusion. So basically, all negativity in your system is going to be taken away. It brings calming energy, mental clarity, and like a deep peace. I think that's why it takes away like the blocks of energies. I don't know which ones come first, like if the calming energies take away the blocks or if taking away the blocks brings calming energy. Whatever you want to believe in, selenite is just the best just because it is self-cleansing and cleanses other crystals. So the next one is probably the first stone that I ever bought, and it is amethyst. Are you gonna fall? No? Okay, great. So it's like this purple gem. I have 2 clusters. Amethyst you can find, I'm going to show you in a second, in jewelry, whether it's like earrings, anything really, you know, little stuff like that where it's already crafted. Or then you have those that are just polished. Yeah, this one's already polished, so it's not raw like the clusters. It doesn't really changes anything. Again, for crystals, the shape is important. Price is going to differ. Again, the more a crystal is worked on and polished and crafted, the more expensive it's going to be. So just like keep that in mind. You don't have to buy it polished. It's just like if you want to have it as a necklace, it's just easier than to carry raw rocks in your pockets. Been there, done that. It can get pretty messy sometimes, so it's up to you. Amethyst, its most common use would be for people that struggle to sleep, whether it's like nightmares or insomnia, just anything sleep related. It's said that having a little piece of amethyst by your bed, usually the head of the bed, I think, not under the pillow, like head of the bed, it's said to bring peace, again, this like relaxing energy that's supposed to help you sleep or at least sleep better. So basically, it allows the stress to be soothed away so that you can actually relax at night. So stress from the day and then relaxing at night. I started to get really into amethyst just because it helps with mood swings and irritability. Okay, so this next one, if you use TikTok, you're probably already aware of what this is. but it is called moldavite. So moldavite is a stone of connectivity. It basically channels spiritual change. Okay, right, what does that mean? It's a bit messy. This stone is not for the newbies. It is not for anyone that is not really experimented, I guess, in it. Not, I don't know how to say this without like sounding super dramatic. It's really not dramatic. So basically, that stone is really heavy in a sense because you're starting to realize a lot of things that you missed in past episodes in your life. You're starting to realize there are deeper meanings or deeper explanations or anything bigger than life, basically. So you have to be ready. You can't be scared of a stone. That's like the worst thing you can do. Just be prepared. The stone basically increases synchronicities throughout your day-to-day life, hence why you start to notice a lot more things in your life that are like, I understand now. Thanks, bestie. This stone has an intense frequency, right? Vibration, whatever word you want to use for it. So that means that it is said to have the ability to accelerate someone's personal and spiritual evolution. Hence why a lot of the stories of people wearing moldavite on their TikToks, you see they're talking about breakups, getting fired, or anything like that that coincides with them starting to wear moldavite or activating their moldavite. What's important here, it's not a bad stone. Like, there's no bad stones out there. It's all about the intention you set to it. Remember? Even moldavite that channels spiritual change, you have to set an intention to it. You can't just be like,
change my life.
That's not how it works. Overall, the change is supposed to be for the best, the better. It's supposed to improve areas in your life that you may not have had the courage, or you may not have noticed that you needed a change in that area of your life. So that's what the moldavite is for. It's going to be painful. Long term, I really do believe it's going to be all about healing and knowing your worth, knowing your value, knowing who's good for you, what situation is good or bad for you. All that stuff that's really hard when it's clouded by emotions and emotional ties, really. Everything gets messy. But yeah, moldavite will become your bestie after a while. Finally, I wanted to finish with one that I think is the most beautiful crystal I've ever seen in my whole life, but that's just me. I'm getting flustered. Okay, so say hi to titanium quartz. Isn't she just the most, like, ma'am, yes, ooh, shiny, rainbow, all of that. So basically I wanted to finish with titanium quartz because with moldavite they can actually work together. I like titanium quartz because it cleanses chakras, it kind of heals them. If you meditate with stones, this would be a great one because it works on all chakras. It amplifies the body's energy, but also healing thoughts. So hence why it works on all the chakras, because it's like complementary stone in a way. It works fine by itself. I can target a specific area if you need me to, but also I'm a great multitasker. Even the sides are just like really cool. I also use this one to enhance creativity because it's super, especially with like quarantine and everything, it's super easy to get caught up in like, oh, I'm bored, or I don't know, I don't feel creative, I don't feel inspired, or anything like that. And then you look at that little baby, all your troubles go away. This is a joke, don't know. But basically this is something that is going to pulsate throughout your entire body, hence why again it works with all chakras. It's a multitasker. If I had to summarize, I would say clear quartz and selenite are your two most necessary crystals. Like, duh, right away, go buy them. That's definitely like what I would recommend. And then I feel like everyone says that, but if you ever get the chance to walk in a crystal shop, you're gonna understand right away. Buy crystals that call to you. It's gonna change your life. I'm so serious. Even if you're just thinking, oh, you're kind of not, you're not a beautiful crystal, but for some reason I can't keep my eyes off of you, that's the one. That's the one. I like to think that crystals come into your life at times where you need them the most, so keep that in mind. Do not forget to empty those email boxes because that pollution is embarrassing. Thank you so much for watching until here. Please let me know what crystals you have. If you had to do like a starter kit, what would you do? Because I'm always eager to learn and find new crystals. I have a list, like a Word document of like 20 pages of the crystal I own and like what they do and stuff. So if you want more videos about crystals, please let me know. I would love to. Like, I am obsessed, so I would love to. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.